Namaste, beautiful. Welcome to Yoga is the Answer. Today the question is, how can I free myself from the grasp of my primal urges and begin to live in a more conscious and purposeful way? And this 1.5 hour beginner Hatha yoga class is the answer. This week on Yoga is the Answer is all about the root chakra, the Mūlādhāra chakra. So earlier in the week, on Monday, I posted a quite long and intense discussion of what Mūlādhāra chakra is, about how we can use the awakening of it to begin to realize our full potential as humans. So if you want to dive into it, you may. Otherwise, we are now putting those teachings and concepts into practice, beginning with this beginner yoga class that I have designed for the purpose of connecting to, for cleansing, for healing, for activating, for balancing, and for opening our Mūlādhāra chakra, our root chakra. So whenever you are ready, I will meet you here on the mat, and we can begin moving away from our animal selves and into our truest potential. All right, my loves, let's find our comfortable cross-legged position. So whatever you need to do to be comfortable, if that means sitting on a bolster or a pillow or a cushion or a block, go for it. It's ideal that you do have your knees down, if that's possible. So if that means that you need to be sitting on something to lift up your butt, do it. Otherwise, it's okay if your knees are up a little bit for now, but ideally we do want for our knees to be down when we are sitting in a cross-legged position, particularly for meditation, but also because at the beginning of the class, then we're taking that time to be centering. It's kind of similar to meditation, yeah. All right, so once you have your position, then let's go ahead and take the hands to the knees. We can take them into Gyan Mudra, or Chin Mudra, with our pointer finger touching our thumb, and have hands facing down because we want to be grounding, yeah. And then go ahead and close down the eyes. And let's take this time to arrive, drawing our attention to the here and now. Let's ground into the body, starting by bringing awareness to the top of the head, moving our awareness down to the forehead, to the temples, and down to the space between the eyebrows and the eyebrows. Becoming aware of our eyes, aware of our nose and our cheeks and cheekbones. And becoming aware of our mouth, our jaw and our ears. Becoming aware of the back of the head. Becoming aware of the neck, of the shoulders, the collarbone, the back of the neck. Bringing the awareness down our upper arms to the elbows and the insides of the elbows. And down the lower arms into the wrists. Grounding into the hands, feeling the hands touching the knees. And grounding down the spine. Becoming aware of the upper back and the shoulder blades. Aware of our chest, the ribs, bringing the awareness farther down the spine, becoming aware of the middle back, becoming aware of the stomach, the whole navel region. Continuing to bring the awareness down the spine to the lower back. And the space below the belly button. And all the way down the spine to the tailbone. Becoming aware of our pelvic floor. This is where our root chakra lies. Becoming aware of the sex, our sexual organs. Becoming aware of our sit bones, our butt, our hips and our hip flexors. Bringing the awareness down the upper legs to the knees and the insides of the knees. And farther down the legs to the ankles. Becoming aware of the tops of the feet and the soles of the feet and all of the toes. Now let's imagine that we are anchoring ourselves into the earth. So in last week's class we set our foundation. And so let's imagine it like a seed was planted inside of us. Maybe even such that we are the seed. In order to grow, the roots must first grow. So let's imagine those roots extending down from our pelvic floor, from our sit bones, from our tailbone. The roots keep growing down deep into the earth. They keep extending all the way down until they reach the core of the earth. And when they reach the core of the earth, they tie a knot around it, anchoring us here on the earth, giving us this deep sense of stability, of safety. Feel that sense of stability and safety. Allow yourself to recognize those feelings as your reality. For you are secure and you are safe. And with this awareness, let's bring our hands to heart center. And let's open the class with one Om chanting together. Exhale. Inhale to chant. And allow the hands to return to the knees. And blink open the eyes, feeling this renewed sense of safety and security. Beautiful. Let's start to warm up our joints, starting with the neck. So we're going to inhale, bring the chin up to the ceiling. And exhale, bring the chin to the chest. Inhale, chin to the ceiling. Exhale, chin to chest. Keep going. 3. Inhale. 4. Inhale. 5. Keep going, trying to make it bigger. Really try to bring the back of the head to the back of the upper back. And really try to bring the chin all the way down to the chest. And let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's make circles now. So we're going to, as we inhale, we're going to take the head over to the left and then back and over to the right. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the chin down toward the right and then to the center and to the side. And keep going. 2, 3, really try to bring the ears to the shoulders. 4, while keeping the shoulders down. 5, 6, we're bringing the ears to the shoulders rather than the shoulders to the ears. 8, I think. 9, 10, 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch directions. Inhale, bring the right ear to the right shoulder and bring the head back and bring it over to the left. And then exhale as you bring the chin down toward the center and over to the right. And keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more, make it bigger. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's get into the wrists. Let's take the arms out straight. Inhale as we flex the fingers up, keeping the hands straight. And exhale as we bring the fingers down. Keep going. 2, 3, make it big. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Keep the arms outstretched. Make fists with our hands. Inhale as we bring the fists up and over to the right, and exhale as we bring them down and to the left. Keep going. 2, 3, 4. Keep the elbows straight. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Switch directions. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, bring them down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Place the palms facing up. We're going to inhale, touch the shoulders, and exhale, straighten the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Beautiful. Shake it out for a second if you want to. And now let's touch the shoulders again. And now we're going to inhale. We're going to bring the elbows together and up. And exhale as we bring the elbows back and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's switch directions. Inhale, bring the elbows back and up. And exhale, bring them together and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Beautiful. Let's outstretch our legs now. And we're going to get into the feet first. So let's inhale and we're going to flex just the toes back. And then exhale, we're going to scrunch the toes, leaving the ankles where they are. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Really scrunch them and really extend them. 13, 14, 15, I think. Okay, getting into the ankles. Now we're going to inhale. We're going to flex the feet. And then we are going to exhale and we're going to point the toes, extending the ankles. Well, let's do it 14 more times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now we're going to make circles. We're going to inhale. We're going to take the toes over to the left and up. And exhale as we bring them to the right and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Switch directions. Inhaling as we bring the toes up and exhaling as we bring them down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Flex both of the feet. Keep the left leg straight, bend the right leg, interlace the fingers underneath our right hamstring. And we're getting into the knees. Keep the back nice and straight, head, top of the head pointing up towards the ceiling. Inhale, straighten the right leg, and exhale, bend it. Keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Switch legs. Straighten the right leg. Keep it flexed. Bend the left leg. Also keep the foot flexed. Interlace the fingers underneath the left hamstring. Back nice and straight. And here we go. Inhale, straighten the left leg. And exhale, bend it. Keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Switch legs again, straighten the left leg, keep the foot flexed. Bend the right leg, keep the foot flexed. Interlace the fingers underneath the right hamstring. Now we're going to make circles. So as we inhale, we're taking the right foot over into the left and up. And as we exhale, we're bringing it to the right and down. Try to make the circles big. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Switch legs, straighten the right, bend the left, interlace the fingers underneath the left hamstring, both feet flex, back straight. Inhale as we take the left foot to the right and up, and exhale as you bring it to the left and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Switch directions. Inhale, bring the left foot to the left and up. Exhale to the right and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Straighten the legs, shake them out for a second. Draw the feet in towards the center. And place them together. Use your hands to keep the feet together. And begin to flap the knees. This can feel a little bit weird when you're first starting your practice, like, what the heck am I doing here? The flapping is important. The flapping helps us to get into our hip flexors. It helps to send messages to the hip flexors that they can relax. And it's just really, this is like the way that we're circling the knees, we're circling the feet. We could circle the hips, I guess, but this is our dynamic way of getting into our hips so that they cooperate with us. So what we want to be doing is, when we're flapping, we're pushing the knees down. People can have a tendency to, they want to flap up. And so then it's getting smaller and smaller. We want it to be getting bigger and bigger, right? So we want to be pushing down, 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 down as we're flapping the knees, right? Because the purpose is to open, not to close. Yeah? Keep going. Really trying to use the mind as well. So you might feel that your hip flexors are trying to resist the opening, but then you might notice that that tension that is being put into the hip flexors, it doesn't need to be there. And so if you can use your mind to relax it, then there is a very good chance that you will find more relaxation, and you will find that the tension that you were feeling, the tightness that was there, didn't actually need to be there completely. Of course, some of it's still going to be there, but we're putting more there than needs to be there. I don't know why the body does that, to protect itself. It's like it thinks that it can't do this, maybe particularly in bodies that don't make these movements a lot. And so that's why we do it, so that over time we can train the body to learn that it is capable of so much more than it thinks, or that it sends messages to the mind to think. Yeah? All right, let's stop our flapping. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fold forward. And so we're folding forward, we are not rounding forward. So that means that we are taking our back nice and straight, bringing our head up towards the ceiling, and then we are bringing our chest toward the feet or toward the mat. And I say toward because I do mean in the direction of, okay? So if your chest doesn't touch your feet, that's totally fine. We're going in that direction. Yeah. So wherever you are in between seated and folded is perfectly okay. And so wherever you are until you get to the bottom, then notice whenever you feel a release and then move into that space. Yeah, so you don't need to do it with every inhale and exhale, but try to be using your inhales to create space. So as you take an inhale, try and like extend your spine a little bit, make space. And then as you exhale, try and move into it, try and go down a bit deeper. And then once you get all the way down, then you also can be using your breath there, right? Just to keep kind of moving in that energetic direction of relaxing and opening. All right, let's inhale and come up. So now whichever foot was crossed in front at the beginning, cross the other one in front. And kind of just like slide the feet into place, because as you do so, then we're coming out of that deeper position that we were in before, but we want to do it slowly, because when we do it slowly, then it's going to feel more comfortable. Okay, now let's get into our twist. So we're going to inhale, reach the hands up to the ceiling, and then exhale. As we exhale, we're going to take the left hand to the right knee and the right hand behind us and twist. Inhale, reach the hands up to the ceiling. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand behind and twist. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale. Exhale, twist left. That's 2. Inhale. Exhale, twist right. Inhale. Exhale, twist left. 3. Inhale. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, left. 4. Inhale. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, left. 5. Inhale. Switch legs. Taking the other leg in front now. And 5 more. Inhale, reach the hands up. And exhale to the right. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, left. Inhale, right. Inhale, left. Inhale, right. Inhale, left. Last one. Inhale, right. Inhale, left. Beautiful. All right, well, let's come on to hands and knees. Moving into our cat-cows. So taking our hands so that they are directly underneath our shoulders here. We're trying to place a good amount of our weight into the top of the hands, so into this part of the knuckles, so that we're not putting all of our weight into the back and thus onto the wrists. So if that means bending the fingers a little bit, you can kind of bend the fingers, and that will help us to want to put weight into our fingers rather than keeping it on our wrists. We take our knees so that they are approximately hip-width distance apart, so they're directly underneath our hips. And let's move into our cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, we're going to take the tailbone up to the ceiling, take the belly button down to the floor, take the shoulders back, and look up. Now we are looking either at our nose, we are looking between the eyes. We can look straight up, but I would recommend one of those first two. For the purpose of this practice, let's actually look at the nose, because our nose is associated with our Mūlādhāra chakra. Okay, so let's look at the nose with our inhale, with our arched back, and then as we exhale, we're going to take our belly button in towards our spine. We're going to round the spine. We're going to look at our belly button as we're bringing our tailbone toward the floor and our head toward the floor. And we're going to keep going like that. We're going to inhale and arch the back. And then as we do so, now let's squeeze our pelvic floor. Squeeze our Mūlādhāra. Squeeze our root chakra. Yeah? So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the pelvic floor as we're inhaling. And then as we exhale, we're going to round the spine. We're going to release the squeeze. So inhale. Arch, looking at the nose. Squeezing the pelvic floor. Exhale, round, looking at the belly button, releasing the squeeze. Inhale, arch, squeeze, look at the nose. Exhale, round and release. Inhale, arch, squeeze, look at the nose. Exhale, round and release, look at the belly button. Inhale, arch, squeeze. Exhale, release and round. Inhale, arch, squeeze. Exhale, release and round. Inhale, arch, squeeze. Exhale, release, round. Inhale, arch, squeeze. Exhale, round, release. Keep it going. Let's do 5 more. Round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Let's sit onto the feet, coming into a child's pose. So let's take an extended child. No. Let's sit onto the feet. First, take the shoulders down and take the hands back toward the feet, allowing for the head to come down onto the mat. And so we're resting here. So we're going to use each time that we stop and we find stillness. I want us to be using that time to connect to our root chakra. Okay, so let's just feel it here. Okay, so you don't need to do anything. You don't need to squeeze. You don't need to do anything different. Just notice. Okay, just bring your awareness there. You can close down the eyes. Imagine the color red. If it can come to your mind, just kind of allow for it to come to your mind. And imagine that any knot that is within that area is releasing. Imagine it loosen. Even imagine it opening completely. Now let's use the breath. Let's see if we can just take our inhale and follow it all the way down into our root chakra. Okay, so inhaling through the nose. Just follow the air all the way down and imagine that it's going into our root chakra. Opening the root chakra. And then we're exhaling out. As we exhale out, we can feel the energy begin to move as the air comes out our nostrils. Again, inhale. All the way into the root. And exhale, let the energy move up, coming out the nostrils. Again, inhale into the root. Exhale, feel the energy move. 2 more, inhale. Feel the root chakra. And exhale, feel the energy move up and out the nose. Last one, inhale. And exhale, really feel the opening. Beautiful. All right, now let's come into extended child's pose. So let's extend our arms forward. And now let's feel the grounding of our hands into the mat or the floor as well. And grip the mat with the hands. Feel all these points of grounding. The top of the feet, the shins, the knees. Feel the way that we are seated on our heels, the connection of the heels to our sit bones or to the area. Feel the hands. And now using our grip of the hands, pull ourselves up, back to hands and knees. And now let's tuck the toes. And let's push the hips up and back into our mountain pose or Parvatasana. All right, let's check our alignment. So we can either have here, we can have our feet so that they are hip width distance apart, or Parvatasana mountain pose, we can also have for our feet to be together here. So whichever one feels right for you, go ahead and take it. So our hands are about shoulder width distance apart. Again, we are trying to place more weight into the top of our hands than we are into the bottom of our hands, into the wrists. And we are looking back toward our navel here. Our shoulders are pulled away from the ears. Our armpits are looking toward each other. Our hips are up and back. Our tailbone is pointing to the corner of the room. Okay, so it's not like up toward the ceiling, but it's also not down so that it's toward the wall. It's kind of like to the corner, yeah? So in Hatha Yoga, this is called our Parvatasana, called our mountain pose. I like using this particularly for the teaching of our Mūlādhāra, of our root chakra, because of course mountains are very sturdy, right? Very stable. So it's a nice connection to have as we are working on our stability. So let's again bring that attention to our Mūlādhāra here. So we're feeling it in a different position, in a different way. So just bringing the attention there, just bringing our awareness to our root. Again, feeling it. Maybe you can feel a pulsing depending on where you are in your process of awakening Mūlādhāra. If you can feel anything, that's amazing. That's a really good sign. Okay? All right, and let's come on to the toes. And let's make our way to a standing forward fold, placing one foot in front of the other all the way until we come to the hands. And so now let's take our feet hip width distance apart. And so here let's try and work on our alignment again. So let's try and make sure that our back is pretty flat here. Okay, of course, if we're going to be completely over our legs, we're going to have a bit of a rounding in the spine, but we really want for it to be as straight as possible. So if that means that you need to bend your knees in order to keep the back straight, then that is totally fine. What we don't want is to be rounding this way. And this leotard is making it difficult for my sisters of mine to be straight, but it was the only route I could find. And so we can take the top of the head down toward the floor. And so now here, let's bring our weight, like we were talking about in the hands, bringing the weight to the top of the hands. Now we want to bring the weight into our balls of our feet here. And again, bringing awareness to our Mūlādhāra, to our root chakra. And let's come up to a standing position. So let's begin to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae until we reach a standing position. Beautiful. Now we're going to practice our grounding in a standing position. So we are simply going to stand with our feet hip-width distance apart. We're going to take our hands to heart center, and we're going to close down the eyes. And we're just going to feel our grounding. Feel the feet connected to the earth. Feel the hands connected to each other. And again, bring our awareness to our Mūlādhāra. Allow the color red to appear in our mind's eye. Imagine the opening of the chakra, the awakening. Feel our sense of security and safety increasing. As we feel strong and confident, standing with our eyes closed. And again, let's breathe into Mūlādhāra. Following our inhale, following the breath all the way down into our root. And following the air out, allowing for that energy to flow up and out the nostrils. And keep breathing like that at your own pace. Feeling your roots strengthening, opening. Notice yourself beginning to become aware of your true potential. Notice the shift away from instinct and into conscious thought, into conscious awareness. Begin to connect with the energy of the sun. Just imagining the sun in front of you. Feel the connection. Feel its warmth, its strength, its energy. Allow it to fill you with energy. Let's strengthen that connection to the sun as we blink open our eyes and move into Surya Namaskar, sun salutations. We're going to go nice and slowly, okay? So really just being aware of the movement, trying to keep the awareness on the Mūlādhāra chakra, trying to keep this color red in your mind's eye. It should be easy for you because I'm wearing it. And here we go. Let's exhale with our hands here at heart center in Pawanmuktasana. Inhale, reach the hands up overhead. Take a very slight arch in the back. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward, taking the hands down to the mat. Inhale, step the right foot back into our low lunge, bringing the right knee down, keeping the right toe tucked or untucking it, coming onto the fingertips or keeping the hands down. Exhale, plant the hands, tuck the back toes, step the left foot back to meet the right in Parvatasana, in our mountain pose. Inhale, take the knees down. Exhale, take the chest down and the chin down between the hands. Inhale, push the upper body forward, come onto the belly, untuck the toes, and lift the chest up into Bhujangasana, into Cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, push the hips back into Parvatasana, into mountain pose. Inhale, step the left foot forward, bring the right knee down, untuck the back toes if you want to, come up onto the fingertips if you want to. Exhale, step the right foot forward next to the left hip width distance apart, fold forward. Inhale, roll up the spine, coming to a standing position, reaching the hands up overhead. Exhale, draw the hands back to heart center. Other side. Inhale, reach the hands up, put a slight arch in the back. Exhale, hinge at the hips, keep the back flat as you fold forward, taking the hands down to the mat. Inhale, step the left foot back, take the knee down, untuck the back toes if you want to, come up onto the fingertips, look up. Exhale, plant the hands, tuck the back toes, step the right foot back to meet the lift in our mountain pose or Parvatasana. Inhale, take the knees down to the mat. Exhale, take the chest and chin down between the hands. Inhale, move the upper body forward, taking the belly down onto the mat, untucking the back toes, lifting the chest up into Cobra, Bhujangasana. Tuck the toes and exhale, push the hips back into mountain pose, Parvatasana. Inhale, step the right foot forward into low lunge. Take the left knee down, untuck the back toes if you want to. Come up onto the fingertips and look up. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the left foot forward next to the right hip width distance apart. Fold forward. Inhale, roll up through the spine. Reach the hands up overhead. Put a slight arch in the back. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center. Let's do another round. Inhale, arms up, slight arch in the back. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, take the hands down to the mat. Inhale, step the right foot back. Take the knee down, untuck the back toes. If you want to, come up onto the fingertips and look up. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the left foot back to meet the right in our Parvatasana. Inhale, take the knees down. Exhale, take the chest and the chin down between the hands. Inhale, come on to the belly, untuck the toes. Push the chest up, arch the back. Exhale, tuck the toes, push the hips back into Parvatasana. Inhale, step the left foot forward, take the right knee down, untuck the back toes. If you want to, come up onto the fingertips, look up. Exhale, step the right foot next to the left, hip width distance apart, fold forward with a flat back. Inhale, roll up the spine, reach the hands up overhead, put a slight arch in the back. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center. Other side. Inhale, arms up, arch the back slightly. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, take the hands down, taking a flat back over the legs. Inhale, step the left foot back, take the knee down, untuck the back toes. If you want to, come up onto the fingertips and look up. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back to meet the left foot in Parvatasana. Inhale, take the knees down to the mat. Exhale, take the chest down and the chin down between the hands. Inhale, move the chest forward, untuck the back toes, take the belly down, and then bring the belly up as you arch the back. Tug the toes, push the hips back into Parvatasana. Exhale. Inhale, step the right foot forward between the hands, take the left knee down, untuck the back toes. Lift the chest and look up. Exhale, step the left foot forward next to the right, hip width distance apart, folding forward over the legs. Inhale, roll up the spine, reach the hands up overhead. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Again, inhale, reach the hands up, slight arch. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Bring the hands down, folding over the legs. Inhale, step the right foot back, take the knee down, untuck the back toes. If you want to, come up onto the fingertips, lift the chest up, look up. Exhale, plant the hands, untuck the back toes, or tuck the back toes, step the left foot back to meet the right, Parvatasana. Inhale, take the knees down. Exhale, take the chest and the chin down. Inhale, move the upper body forward. Untuck the back toes, lift the chest up, arch the back. Exhale, tuck the toes, push the hips up and back into Parvatasana. Inhale, step the left foot forward between the hands, take the right knee down, untuck the back toes, lift the chest, lift the eyes. Exhale, step the right foot next to the left, hip width distance apart, fold over the legs, bring the hands down to the mat. Inhale, roll up the spine, reaching the hands up overhead, slight arch. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Other side. Inhale, reach the hands up, slight arch in the back. Exhale, fold forward. Bring the hands down. Inhale, Step the left foot back, bring the knee down, untuck the back toes, lift the chest up, look up. Exhale, plant the hands, tuck the back toes, step the right foot back to meet the left. Parvatasana. Inhale, take the knees down. Exhale, take the chest and the chin down. Inhale, untuck the back toes, come up into Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes, push the hips back. Parvatasana. Inhale, step the right foot forward, take the left knee down, untuck the back toes, lift the chest, lift the eyes. Exhale, step the left foot forward next to the right. Forward fold. Inhale, roll up the spine and reach the hands up overhead. Slight arch. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Let's go one time through a little bit faster so we can really feel that flow now that you know what it is. Yeah? All right, exhale with hands at heart center. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step the right foot back, take the knee down, lift the chest. Exhale, left foot back to meet the right, Parvatasana. Inhale, take the knees down. Exhale, take the chest and the chin down. Inhale, untuck the toes, move into Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes, push the hips back to Parvatasana. Inhale, left foot steps forward, right knee comes down, lift the chest, lift the eyes. Exhale, right foot steps forward next to the left, forward fold. Inhale, roll up the spine, reach the hands up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Other side. Inhale, reach the hands up, slight arch in the back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step the left foot back. Bring the knee down, lift the chest, lift the eyes. Exhale, step the right foot back. Inhale, take the knees down. Exhale, take the chest and the chin down. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tug the toes, push the hips back, Parvatasana. Inhale, step the right foot forward, take the left knee down, lift the chest, lift the eyes. Exhale, step the left foot forward next to the right, hip width distance. Inhale, roll up to standing, reach the hands up overhead. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Beautiful. All right. Now we're going to go through it again, but this time we're going to stop in a couple of the poses so that we can use those poses to connect more deeply to our Mūlādhāra. Okay? Take the hands back to heart center. Inhale. Reach the hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step the right foot back. Take the knee down. Now let's untuck the back toes and lift the chest. And now we're going to stay here. Okay? So we're just going to feel our Mūlādhāra in our low lunge, in our Sanchalanasana. So we can have our hands so that we're up on our fingertips here. We can place our hands onto the knee if we want to. So depending on your flexibility, you might want for your left heel to be directly underneath your knee here. And so maybe also depending on your flexibility, your hip is not quite as far down as mine, right? So what we want is to be moving our hips down as much as we can down toward the mat while keeping our hips square. And then as we gain more mobility in the knee, then we can have our knee be over our left ankle here. Okay? So wherever you are, stay there for a couple more breaths and bring the attention to the Mūlādhāra as we're here. Okay, you should really feel it in this pose. So breathe into it and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. Last time, breathe in. And exhale, plant the hands. Tuck the back toes, step the left foot back to meet the right. Inhale, take the knees down. Exhale, take the chest and the chin down. Inhale into Bhujangasana. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Okay, relax the glutes. Relax the back. Bring the shoulders down and back. Look up and feel the Mūlādhāra. Okay, just feel that area. Bring your attention to it. Imagine the color red. Inhale into it. Exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale, tuck the toes, push the hips back to Parvatasana. Inhale, step the left foot forward between the hands, bring the right knee down, untuck the back toes, lift the chest, lift the eyes. Exhale, step the right foot forward next to the left. Inhale, roll up to standing, reach the hands up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Let's do that on the other side. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the left foot back, take the left knee down, untuck the back toes. Come up onto the fingertips. Find your alignment. So, if necessary, we can have the left ankle underneath our right leg. We can also be up more. But we want for our hips to be coming down in the direction of the floor. And as we increase the mobility, we can bring our right knee over the right ankle here. Okay, this is, again, so it also, the instance of doing so will increase mobility in the knees. Yeah. Keeping our hips square to the front and bringing our attention to our Mūlādhāra. Inhale into the area. Exhale, feel the energy flowing out. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back to meet the left in our Parvatasana. Inhale, take the knees down. Exhale, take the chest and the chin down. Inhale into our Cobra. Relax the glutes. Relax the lower back. And lift the chest. Bring the shoulders back. Bring the shoulders down. Look up. Feel the Mūlādhāra. Imagine the color red. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, tug the toes, push the hips back into Parvatasana. Inhale, step the right foot forward, bring the left knee down. Lift the chest, lift the eyes. Exhale, step the left foot next to the right, forward fold. Inhale, roll up to standing, reach the hands up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. All right, let's practice our warrior two. Let's step back with the right foot and turn to the center. And now let's turn the right foot out 90 degrees. Keep our left foot perpendicular and bend into our right knee. So again, we are keeping our hips square to the side of the room, bending into the right knee such that our right knee is above our right ankle. We don't want for it to be coming in. We don't want for it to be going out. We don't want it to be going over. Contrary to what I told you in our low lunge. And once we find our position, let's reach the hands out. And let's look over our right hand. So we're making a nice straight line from middle finger to middle finger. We're breathing into our Mūlādhāra. So if we are able to achieve a proper warrior two, then we should be getting a nice root lock here, which helps us to then send our energy upwards from the root chakra. So we are opening it, and we are also allowing for the energy to move up from it. Yeah. Let's hold for a few more breaths, breathing into Mūlādhāra. And out, feel the energy flow. Again, in. And out. And let's come out. And switch legs. Turn the left foot to the front of the mat. Right foot is facing to the side. And bending into the left leg until our left knee is over our left ankle. Making sure that we're keeping our knee back. Making sure our hips are square to the side. Reaching the hands out. And making a straight line from from middle finger to middle finger, and looking over the left hand. Nice and strong in our hands. Feel the root lock engaging. Breathing into our root chakra. And breathing out of it. My mat is so slippery. Inhale. Exhale. And come out. Beautiful. All right. Now that we've connected with our warrior a little bit, let's be like a tree. Strong like a tree. Yeah? So let's take just a few seconds to re-ground ourselves into the floor, into the earth, to really feel our roots. Our roots being our feet right now. Because we're going to just stand on one in a second. So let's stand onto the right foot first. So let's take the left foot. And so depending on our flexibility, we're either going to take the foot so that it is below the knee, or we're going to take it so it is above the knee. The thing we're not going to do is take it onto the knee, because then we can be damaging our knees. Okay? So find your position depending on your flexibility. Place the foot. And then take the hands to heart center. Okay, so we want for our knee to be pointing outwards as much as possible. Our front foot is pointing forwards. Okay, so we're feeling grounded into our front foot. We can use kind of our energy to really push into the ball of our right foot. Yeah. And so also really be pushing the left foot against the right leg. So really feel that connection from the foot to the leg. Yeah. And then take the hands to heart center if they're not already there. And feel the connection. So you want to become the trees here. So the last time I was in Tulum, which is where I am right now, there was a hurricane. And I was watching the trees for hours. I was just watching the trees in the hurricane. And it was the first time I really realized just how strong these trees are. And I actually made a yoga class about it. It was right after I opened the channel. I think it's like something strong like trees in a hurricane. Like it's literally in the title. It's a higher level class, but if you do want to try it, I was very inspired by the trees. So trees are quite strong, so if we really are able to connect to that energy, then man, maybe it was strong and resilient like the trees. I was like gonna say resilience, and I was like, oh, maybe that was it. All right, and we can come down and switch legs. Standing onto the left foot, grounding into the floor, really feeling the ball of the foot pressing through the floor. Taking our right foot, either placing it below the knee or above the knee. Really feeling that connection of our foot to the left leg, pointing the knee out to the side, grounding, grounding, grounding. Taking our hands to heart center and feeling our balance, feeling our strength and our security. Feel as all of our leg muscles engage. Gripping the floor with our toes. I was like, oh, I have another story for this side. So I injured my ankle almost exactly 2 years ago. And standing on my left foot is still, I can still feel pain in the ankle. And I honestly think that a tendon tore. So I think that there's something that is off about the ankle. Like it's not how it's supposed to be. So I can feel it in my whole leg. So again, like it really just taught me how much everything is just really working together, you know, just to do something simple like standing on one leg. All right, and let's come down. And give the legs a little shake. And now let's come down to the floor and take probably the most pivotal pose for Mūlādhāra chakra. Okay? So we're going to take our feet about a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. The toes can be anywhere between like a 45-degree angle out or out a little bit farther depending on your flexibility. We'll take the hands to heart center and we will begin to bend into the knees. All right, so depending on our hip flexibility here, we're going to be doing different things. Okay, so we would like for our heels to be on the floor. So wherever you need to be, in order for your heels to stay on the floor, that's where you should be. My knees, generally I turn my toes out so that my knees are going to be wider than my elbows. However, if you want to have your toes so that they're in a bit more and then kind of be using your elbows to keep the knees open, then that is a nice way to practice the pose. And once you find something that feels relatively comfortable. It's not the most comfortable pose. We're doing a lot in our legs and in our hip opening. Then again, begin to breathe into Mūlādhāra. Okay, so inhaling, following the breath into the root chakra. And exhaling, following the breath out, up, and out the nose. And using this stillness as this beautiful opportunity to just connect as deeply as we can before we close out the practice. See if you can feel a difference between the beginning of the practice and now. See if you are more aware of where your chakra is in your body. If you can really feel it, if you can feel a warmth there, if you can feel a pulsing sensation there. If you feel anything there, it means that something is happening. Whether it's already open and it's, feeling that openness, or you're moving toward opening it, any sensation is a good sign. All right, let's sit on down and take the feet out straight. And so now, again, we're grounded on the floor. We're feeling our sit bones grounding us onto the floor. We have a nice L shape here. And we could take the hands down if we'd like. And then now, I want for us, as we're in this pose, I want for us to squeeze the pelvic floor. Okay, so the way that we were squeezing it in our cat-cows, now we want to squeeze it, but I want for us to hold it. We're going to hold it for 5 breaths. Okay, so squeeze the pelvic floor and hold it. So you can be breathing into it and breathing out of it. Keep holding. 3 more breaths. Nice and slow. Last 2. And 1. And release the squeeze. And now let's fold over the legs. Taking a seated forward fold. See if we can feel a difference from our beginning of the practice when we did our standing fold. Yeah. So taking the flat back down, bringing your belly down to the legs. And when our belly is connecting with our legs, then we can allow for our head to come down and to rest here. Continuing to keep the awareness on the Mūlādhāra chakra. We want to close our eyes and imagine red in our mind's eye. Beautiful, let's come up. And let's find our Shavasana. So taking our feet to the corners of the mat. Lying down. Taking the hair down if you want to. Allowing the arms to rest by the side. And allowing everything to relax. Making any adjustments that you need to in order to feel fully loose and relaxed here. effort in the body or in the mind, in the breath. Relaxing completely, starting with the tips of the toes. Relaxing the toe joints. Relaxing the tops of the feet. Relaxing the soles of the feet. Relaxing the ankles. Relaxing the shins and the calves. Relaxing the knees and the backs of the knees. Relaxing the quads and the hamstrings. Relaxing the hips and the hip flexors, the glutes. Relaxing the pelvic floor and the sex. Relaxing the tailbone and the whole lower back. Relaxing the space from the belly button to the pubic bone. Relaxing the middle back. Relaxing the navel, the stomach. Relaxing the chest, the ribs, the lungs and the heart. Relaxing the shoulder blades and the whole upper back. Relaxing the collarbone and the shoulders. Relaxing the upper arms. Relaxing the elbows and the insides of the elbows. Relaxing the lower arms down to the wrists. Relaxing the backs of the hands. Relaxing the palms of the hands. Relaxing all the fingers and all the knuckles. Relaxing the neck, the front, the sides, and the back. Relaxing the ears. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing the mouth, the lips, teeth, and tongue. Relaxing the nose. Relaxing the eyes and the eye sockets. Relaxing the eyebrows and the space between the eyebrows. Relaxing the forehead. Relaxing the temples and the back of the head. Relaxing the crown of the head. And reaching up above the crown of the head to relax that space. Reaching outside the body to relax the aura. And resting in this deeply relaxed state. The next inhale a bit deeper, calling the self back into the body. And begin to find movement in the fingers and the toes, and the wrists and the ankles. Interlace the fingers and reach them over the head. Take the feet together and reach them the opposite direction from the hands, inhaling deeply. And exhale, sigh it out. Keeping the eyes closed, roll over onto the left side, using the arm as a pillow underneath the head. And continuing to keep the eyes closed, come back up to a comfortable seated position. Take the hands to the knees and take a moment to observe. Observing the body. Observing the Mūlādhāra. Observing the mind. And let's take the hands to heart center. Let's close the practice with 1 Om and 3 Shantis together. Exhale. Inhale to chant. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Rub the hands together, creating heat. Take the heat from the hands and lace it over the eyes, cupping the eyes, open and close the eyes beneath the hands. Close the eyes, take the hands together, rub them together. Take the heat from the hands, place it over the eyes. Spread it over the face and down the neck and down the arms and the torso, the legs to the feet. And take the hands back to heart center one last time. Bow the head in gratitude. Thanking yourself for taking this time for yourself to awaken your Mūlādhāra. And when you're ready, blink open the eyes. Thank you so much for being here with me today, for trusting me and allowing me to guide you. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comment section, particularly if there was anything that you found confusing or difficult about this class, so that I may address them accordingly and do my best to help guide you through. It's my honor to be your teacher. Thank you again. With so much love. Namaste.